Survivors and victims' families filling the courtroom today, and now we'll listen to one of those survivors, Karen Broussard.
I wanted to step forward and again thank everybody who's worked so hard on this case. I for myself want to thank the jury for an unbelievably difficult thing that they've gone through for weeks. They've had to endure photographs and testimony and things that have been beyond anything anyone should have to see. And not only did they have to endure that, but they had to do that silently, not being able to lean on any of their family members or even each other. And it's a very difficult thing for them, I'm sure, to have to go through. And we want them to know that we appreciate it very, very much, regardless of what determination they came out with. I personally would have been grateful for all their hard work, and I want to let them know that I will and my family will be praying for them and for them to heal through all of this. And we want to again thank everyone who is involved, the attorneys and the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office and the folks from the Resiliency Center and everyone who's been here to support us. And I want to personally say thank you to each of my fellow survivors and thank them for being here for us, for me every time that I've been here to lean on and to just, take a little bit of the pressure off. I wanted to thank them, and I want to thank all of you for being respectful to all of us throughout this whole thing. It's difficult. Certainly it's something we've never, ever thought we'd be involved in. To stand here and speak to all of you all is pretty nerve-wracking, so we appreciate the fact that you guys have been so kind and grateful to all of you.
Anybody, hang on a second. Different than last month when the conviction was in April. Does today somehow now feel different to you?
Today feels different only because it is more complete, I guess, is how I'm going to say it. I know that there's still a long road ahead. There is going to be many, many, many more dates ahead. But right now, it feels like we can take a breath and kind of actually breathe again, without even realizing it. You're holding your breath, and once the verdict came in, it was like, okay, now we can start from here and go forward and really feel like it's behind us.
Are you happy with the verdict?
Happy is not the word I would use. There is nothing happy about having to take somebody's life. I'm satisfied. I'm grateful that they came to that conclusion, because for me, I think it was the just conclusion. But there's nothing happy about any single bit of this situation. I'm going to step out.
Liz, you were hoping for the death penalty for your sons, who each lost a leg. They're both scarred and burned to this day. How do you feel today? I saw you dabbing in tears in the courtroom. Is it bittersweet? How can you describe it?
It is a bittersweet. There's no winner today, but I feel justice for my family. So I'm grateful that the jury took it serious enough to be able to, sentence the appropriate sentence. I have to watch my two sons put a leg on every day. So, I don't know closure, but I can tell you it feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. So I think there is some form of a good feeling.
Why do you think the jury chose that?
That I don't know. That the evidence, I don't know.
Well, he'll have the opportunity to be executed maybe several years from now after the appeals process. That's something you could see yourself going to.
Oh, I'll be there every step of the way.
Liz, earlier today you said you didn't think they were going to give him the death penalty. Are you surprised?
Yeah, I am a little surprised, but again, I was hoping that if the evidence was there and they did the right thing, and I'm very grateful. And like I said, I don't think there's any winners, but it was justice.
Liz, could you spell your last name, please?
N-O-R-D-E-N.
I'm Melida Arredondo, M-E-L-I-D-A, last name A-R-R-E-D-O-N-D-O. Some people know me as Carlos Arredondo's wife. I have many conflicted emotions, but today's decision does mean that We will continue receiving emails onto the ongoing process, any changes in terms of appeals, things like that. And that, for me personally, is something that I was hoping to avoid. Having personally endured several things in my own life that have dragged on, this seems like another burden that will drag on. I can also say, having spoken to some people who are not here, that they were looking for some closure today. And I just hope and respect that that our group of survivors will keep in touch and continue being as respectful as we have been to each other, and even farther than that. We are truly in support of each other, despite differences in our lives and different opinions. And that is something that I do hold as a very positive outcome to today. Thank you very much.
Was it just the fact that there will be appeals? Is that your only regret about it, or was there something wrong about the verdict that you think of the other outcome?
I'm just going to speak about the ongoing appeals. I'm not going to give my...
Did the defense succeed in humanizing Dzhokhar Tsarnaev for you?
I followed what the defense was doing, and I think they did their job as well as they could.
Okay, can we have a mic?
Yeah. That's the same question for you, sir.
I'll make my own statement, please. Okay. Michael Ward, W-A-R-D.
Michael, did the
Can I speak, sir? Please, I'll give you a moment. But I remember when those bombs went off, and I remember the vile, disgusting thing that this person did, and his brother. And they destroyed countless innocent lives, destroyed bodies and parts. Very vivid memories for many people and many families. This is nothing to celebrate. This is a matter of justice. The U.S. Attorney's Office has done a tremendous job under very difficult circumstances. They've had to look at these videos, look at the evidence, interview the victims and their families. No one's here celebrating, and if you ask 10 people, you'll get 10 different opinions. But the investigators, the law enforcement officers, and the first responders that day came together and said, it speaks volumes for the strength of this nation. And I'd like to thank everybody for what they've done. We've all had a piece of something, but ultimately justice has prevailed today. His premeditated actions to stand behind children, wait 4.5 minutes with a fully loaded bomb, and then to call his brother and tell him when to explode his bomb moments earlier. His justice now. He wanted to go to hell, and he's going to get there early.
Can you tell us what your connection is with the incident? Did you lose? Were you injured, or did you...
I was an off-duty firefighter, and I went and treated a lot of the victims there, as did many other people.
Can you repeat that this way? We couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. Michael, can you say that one more time? Where does he want to go, and how is he going to get there? In your role?
Well, he's going to go to hell. That's where he wanted to go, but he's going to get there quicker than he thought.
And what was your role that day, Mike? Sorry. You were an off-duty firefighter?
My name's Laurie Scher, L-A-U-R-I-E-S-C-H-E-R. I mostly want to thank the state for giving us just a tremendous amount of support. This has been a long, exhausting couple of months. It's been healing. I've met so many wonderful people, and I just am grateful again to have met so many wonderful people. And it does show that through tragedy, people can come together and be warm and supportive. And I, quite frankly, I am going to miss being with my friends here. It's a terrible way to come together, but as I said, I'm grateful that I was able to share these harrowing couple of months with these people.
Laurie, were you ever conflicted about the penalty, and did the defense succeed in any way in humanizing this man whom Michael Ward described as someone who should have taken some sort of hell?
I think there's no doubt that I'm sure at one time in his life he was a very lovely, caring young man. What he turned into, obviously, was, we know what he turned into. He turned into a monster. Why did that happen? We'll never know. My feelings on him are nothing but, what can I say?
Does it bring relief to you knowing that she's going to get the death penalty?
No, it doesn't.
Why not?
I have my personal feelings about that, and I think I'd like to keep them to myself.
Okay, we have one more person who'd like to say a few words?
My name is Dana Cohen. My daughter was injured at the marathon, and I'd like to thank Carmen Ortiz and her team of prosecutors, as well as all of their support staff and the assistants who took care of all the survivors. I wasn't in court every day as some that are behind me, but I've been very supportive, and they've been supportive of me and my family. And today is the first day I get to wear my Boston Strong bracelet because they're not allowed in the court. So today is a good day. And my family and I do support whatever decision the jury came out with would be the right decision, because they're the ones that were instructed to follow the evidence, listen carefully, and come up with the right decision.